chatting with authors, creatives, and fascinating people from our little corner of the world and beyond.
Good morning, Sherry. So tell me, what do you have? What are you drinking this morning? I must know.
What am I drinking this morning? I'm having citrus mint, I think.
Nice.
Loose leaf. Can't even remember the brand. That's my brain this morning. Shoot. What's the one Forte. Tea Forte.
Tea Forte.
Yep.
I love it. I had coffee this morning, and we are getting ready to do taxes, so I was like, I gotta have my coffee. We're gonna go. Coffee in. Ready to rock.
Necessary first step.
Necessary first step, so we're done. I'm done with my drinks this morning, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wish it would have lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah. Mine is slowly going down, too.
Yeah.
But there was more time in the day for drinks.
There is, definitely. There is most definitely. Alrighty, so let's see. We've just made our way into February. Do you want to start out with a win maybe that you have from the last 2 weeks that I've seen from you?
A win. Nope. Do you?
Nope, no wins.
I do have wins. I just can't remember any in my brain right now.
I had so we're getting prepped for our 1-year anniversary of the bookstore. So I finally got that information out. And that alone was a win because, you know, after the holiday season, it feels like everything has not slowed down.
Yeah.
So it seems like every time I'm able to kind of just accomplish a very small task, I'm like, win.
Check it off.
Just told the world, hopefully they'll come.
Oh, that's a win in the last 2 weeks. We did a little collab, and that was a big win, and that felt really fun, and I'm excited for the world to see what that is.
Yes. I want to talk about that on a side show.
A side
show. Do you want to start out with some fire round questions? What are they called?
Ooh, rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I have 2 rapid fires for you this morning.
Okay,
are you ready?
yes.
Okay, so natural or name brand when it comes to skincare?
Oh,
I know it's...
I mean, aren't some name brands natural? No?
That's valid, but, you know, like there's like L'Oreal or, right?
So I am a person who's allergic to most things.
Okay.
So I have to be very particular about the brands, and often it isn't like the most popular one, and it's kind of like off the beaten path because I will just break out in eczema and itchy eyeballs.
Delicious.
That was not very rapid of me.
That's okay.
Delicious.
We don't expect anything less. We love your answers. All right, how about this one? Favorite childhood movie?
Gosh, these are so hard. It's not rapid fire at all. Oh no, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with the first one that popped in my head because I sang it a lot.
Okay.
I sing The Little Mermaid, I think, more than I
love that.
care to admit.
That's Casey's.
There's so many good ones though.
Yeah.
That are not like necessarily Disney or cartoon. I don't know.
It's okay.
That's great.
I have a friend who was raised without Disney. And so when she was 18, we spent an entire weekend with her and like made her watch VHSs so she could understand what she was missing out on.
Yeah.
I don't know that she was missing anything, but her whole childhood she didn't watch any Disney movies, so it's kind of funny though.
And it's tough too because I have older sisters, and so I feel like that was a very small period of time where I moved real quick to watching things like 16 Candles or, you know, like older crowd.
I love that.
I have rapid fire questions for you, but mine are like actual real rapid fire. Okay, are you ready?
Your definition and my definition are fun.
Reading in bed or on the couch?
Bed for sure.
Candle or no candle?
Candle.
Socks on or barefoot?
Socks.
Share immediately or sit on it?
Sit.
Grocery list or wing it?
Wing.
Early arrival or fashionably late?
Early, like so early.
Okay, last one. Window seat or aisle seat?
Window for sure. These are good ones. Those are good ones. I like yours.
Thanks.
Those are good. Those are definitely.
I get it. You really went through it. You're like, boom, I know this.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, oh, well, it depends. Can you tell I'm an attorney?
That's okay.
Speaking of.
Yes.
Funniest thing, since Lauren sent me something, it was like a reel or a meme about like how we need to speak in real life in lawyer-ese terms, legalese.
Oh, I wish I could remember his name.
No, I'll have to find it because I don't even know if I saved it, but it was so fun. Well, it's on my messages. Anyway, we'll find it. The funniest thing happened where I said something to my husband, or he said something to me, and I was like, objection, and he's like, sustained. And I was like, you just confirmed what I said. He's like, well, what do you say if you don't agree? You overrule it, buddy. And I was like, yes, I would. Just because he didn't know what was happening.
Yes. Well, I think that would be most of America, to be honest. So the reel in question is this amazing Instagrammer. He's absolutely hilarious. He reviews books and stuff like that, but he says we should just start talking in legal talk where, like, if someone is talking and you're done with their conversation, you just say, what did he say? I object. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to hear what you have to say anymore. And then he was
moving along.
Moving along. But it was just kind of funny because it was so brazen. But the reality of it is, I don't think people would understand in reality, which is great. That's also, true. Do any of us understand anything? No. Okay, so today's episode, we're going to talk a lot about what are like arcs, what arcs we're reading. So advanced copies. I read arcs because we got to sell them at the bookstore. We highlight new books versus a lot of or like older books, if you will, just because we have limited space. You read arcs.
I do.
For why? What started you? Did you just tumble into the...
You know, I probably started the year that I read too many books and realized how much I was spending, and had friends who were like, oh, this one's up. And I was like, oh, I want to check that out. And so it started on a whim. And now it's more started on just loving to get to help promote authors and connect with other book cover designers or illustrators in the publishing world. It's kind of just all come together.
Intercompass. So you do a lot of reviewing and like helping perpetuate that marketing message of the new book. You've told me about books. You write reviews. Do you write reviews once you're done?
For the arcs, I'm not as good at it. I'm not as good at it with books that are already out writing reviews, because I tend to kind of read those and move quickly to the next one. But for the ones that I do it off NetGalley, which I think we spoke about before. And you're not obligated, but you do share it. And I think that for the books now, every once in a while I do a recent readings post on my Instagram where I share different books, and those aren't necessarily arcs, but the shorter reviews, because that's not something I did for a long time, because for a while I was doing children's book illustration type stuff, and so connecting that with the books that I was reading was not really in the same era. Yeah. And so this past year it's moved a lot more into the adult fiction that I read, because I'm also illustrating it, and so it's evolved over time. But it's fun to actually share more of the books that I'm reading, because I didn't feel like I could then, because I was in more of a children's space, and now I'm more in an adult space. Yeah. Although I still get so many people who are like really excited about the children's illustration, and I love that too, but I'm also like, just watch out, these book recs are spicy sometimes.
I definitely have picked up quite a few books based on the title and been blown away at the contents. Not necessarily in a bad way, but like not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. Yeah. So tell me, what are some that have stood out to you? Can you tell me some of the books that you've read recently?
Yeah, I have a list today. Excellent. Let's see. We have some of the recent arcs. Well, I'm actually just started an arc last night Started the Runes? That can't be right. Oh, I started The Runes Beneath Us. Started is not part of the title. It's just called The Runes Beneath Us, which is actually really fun so far. I'm like maybe 20% in, but it's so fun because it gives me real Rapunzel vibes. Oh. And I think it has a connection to Disney. It's by Sasha Sloan. I don't know if I said that already. And it's just really fun. It's a story about this like world that had magical elves, fairy type people, but then there was this long war and the humans took over, right? Okay. And so there's people with magic that are kind of hidden throughout, and so her mom and her are healers, and they're in this little cottage in the woods, and the mom goes off on her trip, and she's like begging to be let out of the cottage because she's been stuck there and it's like warded or whatever. So it gave me real Rapunzel vibes. And then this boy comes, and his name's Finn. And I'm like, this is so Rapunzel, but it's not. And it moves forward, and like, it's got this whole twist. And anyway, it's really fun to read books like that where you're just trying to figure it out because you don't know a lot about it. But that one was good. And then I also read, I've read a few. Well, we talked about Yesteryear, which you are in the midst of.
I don't mind if you want to talk about Yesteryear. So me and Sherry both started reading a book called Yesteryear. It's by, is it Clair
Caro.
Burke or
Caro, Clair Burke.
Yeah.
That comes out April 7th.
April 7th.
Oh, I should say when the other one that I'm reading comes out, because I think it
Yeah.
comes out this month.
Oh, okay.
March 3rd.
March 3rd. Excellent.
For The Ruins Beneath Us by Sasha Sloan.
Okay, I think I actually have that one on order. So Yesteryear hit me because someone picked it up and said, "This is wild." I started reading the beginning of it, was absolutely like enamored by the way she described the interpersonal thoughts of the main character. I did not finish it. I picked this up about 4 weeks ago now, maybe more.
Yeah, I guess so,
Maybe 4 weeks, yeah. It doesn't come out for a while, so my mood could shift. I could want to finish this one, but right now I'm not in a headspace to. I was blown away by a lot of her comments. Maybe it was just too heavy. She talks a lot about being a mom and just the disruption of that, how it affected her and becoming a person. But you can tell more. I don't.
I was
going
gonna
to
say even on that
spoilers.
Well, I think she has a lot of commentary just in general, reading between the lines, right? So, like, I think the main character has postpartum, 100%. I think she also has some sort of mental illness going on. I don't think she has any help for the inner monologues that she has. Like you're saying, she talks a lot about being a mother and kind of thrown into it. She also was very sheltered as a child, and so the way that she experiences college is from like an outsider's perspective, whereas like some people might be like, oh yeah, that's just college, and she like gives a lot of background to that, which is interesting. There is a big, as you read further along, you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and I don't want to spoil that for everybody because it's like a huge thing, but it is really interesting to see how eventually the author ties it all together and you understand it a lot better, and it kind of makes more sense. But yeah, it is not a light read, and I did not know that it was going to be more of a suspense type thing, but that's more towards the beginning of the book. So I would encourage you to keep reading, but also I'm 100% for the like read for the vibes that you're going for, and if that feels too heavy, then
because I feel like I picked that up and then I've finished 4 books since.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not ready, so I'll go back to it. So to start us off, maybe in another episode we'll finish my thoughts on it and we can kind of round it out. But she's basically, you're in her home, you're with her and her family. She's got like 6 kids. Is that correct?
Yeah, by the end of it, she has 6 kids,
She's a Instagram influencer. She has like a homestead. They've pumped millions of dollars into making their home look super authentic as far as like, you know, the stonework and stuff like that. It was a beautiful home to begin with. But she kind of plays it off like she's this fantastic influencer, but she also opens the curtain to the fact that she has 2 nannies that help her with her kids. She's got like a lady that does all the cooking. They've got people that work on the farm. So it appears that she's doing everything, but in reality she's not. And she's got also very much a love-hate relationship for her audience, which is kind of fascinating in our time. I love how she's kind of captured that. But
yeah, she calls them the angry women.
The angry women.
Because there's so many people out there that she feels like are watching her and hating on her, but yet they're paying towards her. Of it,
yeah. That was, I think, maybe the psychological aspect that I have a hard time with. Because I'm like, this lady is...
She's the protagonist is someone that you like don't like. And you really... But as you read through it, I'm not saying that I necessarily liked her more. You can empathize and you can see like where it came from and like how her family life has developed her and how she's been almost forced into a situation with her husband who is kind of a deadbeat, but he was also raised, and that's the thing that like you and I talk about a lot. It's very easy to judge something without knowing anything behind it, and I really appreciated this book and a lot of other books that I've read just for getting to know why the character is how they are and like having, like you said, empathy for it.
I definitely think it could be something I'll pick up again, but just not my January, February mode for sure. Do you have any lighthearted or anything else that you've read that you blazed through?
I do. Okay, so many. So I'm kind of rapid fire because I just really love them. And I think some of them you have. Do you have And Then There Was You by Sophie Cusins? That came out in November. Right. Sophie Cusins is fantastically funny, romantic, awesome on audiobook too. But I'm pretty positive you had it at some point.
I probably had it. So like I said, small bookstore, so oftentimes things are in and out, sometimes just as quickly, and then they reappear. Our inventory is constantly turning over, and also my brain doesn't always remember everything that we have, but it sounds super familiar, and I know the author well.
It's a fun twist of a book. Most romance books think like I'm looking over at your shelves, but like the people we meet on vacation or like the Abby Jimenez, like all those kind of funny books. Sophie Cusins is just really funny. But she has a romance book where the author has to go to a reunion and she needs somebody to like go with her, and she ends up taking a person, which has like this super weird twist that I don't want to like spoil, but it's different than any other like funny romance that I've read. So I definitely recommend that one. The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst actually comes out at the end of March, which we all love. Sarah Beth Durst, love cozy. Like this one though, I think was my favorite of hers. Okay. The Spell Shop was really good too. The other series that she's also, I think it's still ongoing.
The Enchanted something.
Yeah.
I can see the book right here.
The Enchanted, no, I can't remember what it is. The Spell Shop is
I'm
the
sorry,
first
Sarah,
one.
we're not giving you the proper credit.
Yeah. But she's a fantastic cozy fantasy writer.
Yes. People love her stuff too. I feel like the nice thing is, I feel like she's a quick fantasy read.
Yeah.
Which is nice because I think a lot of people pick up fantasy and are intimidated by it. But it's nice when you can pick it up and it just feels...
Yeah. Well, and the thing that I liked about The Faraway Inn, which is the one that's coming out soon, is that it brings in a whole bunch of different types of worlds of different characters. And like, I am here
for worlds.
I'm here for the story. That's so funny that I just thought that's exactly what I want to say. I'm here for the story building. The idea that there are different worlds and there might be like, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. There's a world where all of the like beings are flowers. Like the flowers, they sprout little baby flowers. Like it's just wild to think of what would that world look like, you know? And my brain just starts going to like thinking about illustrating it, and I love it. So I loved that book. We already spoke about Glittering Skies by Jenna Avery, which comes out March 24th. Love that book. I also forgot to mention, and so apologize for anybody else, it does get very spicy.
Okay.
And this is weird, and I don't know how to talk about this, but there's something that's introduced where gargoyles have tails, and that might come into the scenes.
Okay,
so
into the spicy scenes.
Don't judge me if you read that and that happens.
Well, that's good to know. It is very good to know, honestly, because I think...
I kind of, yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's the thing I love about reading. Everyone's got a different opinion.
Right.
Everybody enjoys different things. We had Kiss of the Basilisk come out last year.
Oh, right.
About the snakes.
I haven't read it.
And that one is wildly crazy when you just take it at surface level. But the volume of people who wanted to get their hands on that book, it just kind of shows you there's something for everybody in a sense.
Yeah. I loved, and I still loved Glittering Skies. I just thought that might need to be a little PSA. And I think she says it on her site too, of like, this has tail play. So
okay. I like,
here we know. Another few, just real quick.
Yeah.
Spell Case by Sophie Jordan comes out in July, but it's part of her Fire in the Sky series. Sophie Jordan is an incredible historical romance author, and she's dipping into fantasy, so it's really fun. And I think you might have had Fire in the Sky series because I mentioned it to you this last year, but I don't remember if you do, because those books came out in 24, 25.
Yeah. Often what we do is if someone comes in and I find them to be a pretty credible reader, and they say, Lauren, you got to get this. Here's why. Here's how. 100% of the time, I'm like, sure, bring it in.
Yeah.
Just because I know I can back it with your review. Because I think people think that I read at rampant levels, but they'll be like, did you read this? What do you think of it? And I'm like, no.
In all your free time.
But I have a lot of friends, and I will say that comes highly recommended for such and such reasons. Yeah. I probably did. I had to look. It's so funny how quickly I forget what we've had. Don't have. There's
well, billions. If I didn't write them down, I wouldn't even remember the names, to be honest.
Did I tell you the other day, I can't remember, this is off topic, but also not. So I was pulling up stuff, going through, trying to pull up a new inventory, and I have this note from one of the companies we order books from, and it said, 15,000 new titles this week. Wow. And that's the rate at which books are being published.
That's
and so
wild.
It's almost like when people ask me, "Hey, Lauren, have you read this?" I'm like,
You're
bro,
like, nope. I have not.
I haven't even.
But I want to.
The
The
TBR.
TBR.
So. Okay. Anyways, keep going because there's so much more, I'm sure.
Last one, I will share of books that are arcs because I am reading other books, but we're just going to go with the arcs today. Silver and Blood by Jessie Mihalik came out January 27th, so it's already out. And it's the first book in a series. I don't know how many will be there. But it's got a really cool magic system and world where they're set in a certain world, but there's another world that exists. And it's just interesting. I really liked it. I think I gave it maybe 4 stars, but...
Did it pull you in immediately?
It pulled me in immediately because it starts off with this village and then this forest. And I kind of just love... That's very typical fantasy, but I kind of just love the idea of going into a new world and, like, not knowing things exist kind of thing. So that part was really cool. And then
you almost read it blind.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of the arcs are for me, to be honest, because I kind of see what are other people reading, what's going on, and that's where I kind of branch out. Because when I'm reading just books on my own time, when I'm purchasing from here, or I've had books gifted to me, it's because I know a lot of people are
reading it,
really liking it. But for the arcs, it's kind of like, this could be a hit or miss. Sure. And there are definitely misses that I've had, and I don't need to mention those, but there's a bigger range and a lot of new authors, which I had never heard of, which is both great, and also you're not sure what you're going in for.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well,
but
I think that's pretty fun. I don't know. I feel like I've definitely discovered authors through arcs, which has been really nice because it is so easily... Like, your TBR could be a popular trap.
Yep.
Like, you could just be trapped in this popular perpetuation of this author, reading through an entire author's catalog, which is fantastic. I love that and appreciate that. But I also feel like there's a lot of room for people out there that have written excellent books that maybe just aren't as popular for whatever reason. And highlighting those people.
100%. And there's fun ones, too. With Off NetGalley, you can do audiobooks too, and I often like doing that because it's fun to try a different genre. There are a few comedy ones that I didn't write down that I was just not expecting. Actually, I think that, and then there was You by Sophie Cousin I listened to.
Okay.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
It's an English accent, and I just love English accents.
Seriously. I had an audiobook one from NetGalley. It was called The Gentleman. Last year, I can't remember the author.
I think I know.
But the
that
front
one.
of the cover is like literally a gentleman in that era, that Bridgerton era, and I was like, "This looks great." And it was male perspective the whole way through. It was fantastic.
I'm listening to one like that. Did I tell you about this last time?
No, but I'm gonna have to definitely pull it up.
Oh, it's the Earls Trip by Jenny Holiday.
Yes.
I'm listening to that one on audiobook. Yeah. I'm like 3/4 of the way through that. It's hilarious. And I don't often listen to just male, what are they called?
Perspective romance?
Yeah. But the Earls Trip, the fact that they're like guys going on an annual trip is just so funny to me. I mean, there's it feels like there's a slow burn thing happening between 2 of the characters that I think is really fun, but it's not like bent off that. Like it doesn't start that way.
Yeah.
And it's oddly just, I don't know, it's so heartwarming. How about you? Are there books that you're recently read arcs that have made you excited about reading? Or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I've definitely put a lot of stuff down. I've started quite a few. So we started Yesteryear. Haven't finished that. Now, I keep going back and forth. I'm tempted. I finished most lastly was Catch Her If You Can by Tessa Bailey. That one came out in the beginning of January. That one, honestly, I loved it. It starts off, it's a younger girl in her teens. She she's at her best friend's house. She sees this guy who's with her best friend's older brother, and she's like, he's so handsome. He comes in the house. He has like I'm gonna get this wrong, an Irish accent. So he's totally from
a little brogue.
Yeah, totally from
that's more Scottish, I guess. But okay.
Yeah, I'm not
still
gonna
fun.
judge you, and because I don't know the name. So it kind of goes back and forth in time of their relationship, and it's like a 7-year gap of like them meeting, maybe 10 years, and then them older. He winds up to go play pro baseball, and then
fun.
how they reconnect. Her her struggles. She lives in a small town and is kind of veiled by her father's choice of business. So everybody kind of like does that. So he's like obsessed with her, which was really fun. It was a fun read. I was telling my girlfriends about it. I don't know that I've read a book in a while where like the male character is that obsessed with the girl, like not in a creepy way either. Like he's just like, that's my girl. Yeah. That's the one I want. Like, and he's like makes it very apparent all the way through. Yeah. And she just struggles. So that one was super fun. Very spicy. Like unexpected, like 5 chili peppers. I was like, okay.
5 chili peppers.
5 chili peppers.
What did we were gonna say, daggers or swords?
Yeah. Say daggers or swords. Like, what if you either get slayed or just a tiny poke?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that comment. That's hilarious.
So we'll have to give you guys the deets on that one. And then
that's so fun.
So that one was heavy spice, and then I switched over and I just finished The Heat of the Moment. Author is Camilla. I'm gonna pull it up just because I want to definitely give her credit. Camilla Isley. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong.
Heat of the Moment? Is that
Heat of the Moment. Super cute.
I like it.
My husband's a firefighter. This was a firefighter romance that normally I will not read firefighter romance. But I know that there's like some people out there that like that.
I don't think I've ever read a firefighter romance.
Yeah, this one was cute. Set in LA, which was fun. I love it.
Is it modern?
It is modern.
Cool.
No fantasy, so just like rom-com. There was definitely some laugh out loud moments which were fun. Honestly, like deep, like heartening, like questions that you would ask yourself. So her previous, like she's a widow. Her previous husband was a firefighter who passed away. So like just like the questioning of like, do I want to move forward? Do I want to move forward with someone who's in the same career? How do I handle that? And it was just kind of like rom-com but also deep, and it's a short book, like 200 and something pages. So it was so fun because honestly she left like nothing out. You got to know the characters well, you got to know,
that's hard to do.
This like the setting was fantastic. Honestly, as someone who understands firefighting, I wasn't like, you know, the lawyer thing, right? I was not appalled by any like decent fire realistic vocabulary. Made sense. And then all of the characters, multiple characters, were well done. So I really appreciate that. It is like a secondary book, and there's another one that follows her sister. So that's going to be for sure my next read. That one came out 1 or 2 years ago, but I kind of went down the rabbit hole with her as an author. And checked out a lot of her books. So just super cute, and also clean, closed door romance, which it's funny because, you know, everybody has different tastes, and so I've been getting a lot of clean requests recently. So that one's definitely one that I can recommend, and I know I can recommend a few others, but that one was fantastic.
Yeah, it's hard to find that in the romance genre. Most of them have at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's very prevalent right now. I feel like. I can't say that historical fiction has not been this way in the past, but tended to be a little bit more closed. And it's
not the ones that I've been reading.
Tending to open up. Even with the YA, like I think that's where I struggle the most as someone who's selling books. Is we have teenagers that are coming in, they want to read books a lot of times based on cover, and you know maybe they're 13, maybe they're 12, they're right on this cusp of trying to pick up something that's a little bit more mature. Like I can't take them over to the kids section and have them satisfied because it looks too childish, and they're trying to reach for that teenage thing. And then some of the YA too, even the cartoon, I've heard kids comments like, oh, I don't want the cartoon,
the graphic novels.
Not even the graphic novel, the cartoon images on the cover.
Oh.
Like it looks too kid-like because it's cartoony.
I see.
Something that feels more mature. Which is an interesting, but then, you know, like that, we battle with that all the time. What does mom want? What does dad want? Do they care? Do they not care? You know, how do we suggest? And so for me, it's all just about like being open and trying to figure out as much, you know,
having a variety.
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
So,
did you read Twilight when you were a kid?
I didn't. Twilight was out when I was probably like by the time I was 18. Yeah,
I don't even know when it was. Well, how old I was. Are we the same age? I
don't know. Are we telling people?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I think
I didn't read Twilight, but I have so many friends who grew up with it that I was literally just last week telling my husband, I kind of feel like I need to read it just because I have FOMO that like so many people have read this. I want to know what it is, but I also feel like I missed the boat because you probably needed to read it when you were younger because things, you know, your reading level just changes so much as you age. I'm just curious about it, but it made me think of that because I think a lot of kids were reading that. I actually have no idea if there's spice in those books or not, but they were more mature.
Listening right now and laughing like one way or the other.
I don't know. I know it was like I dislike the not knowing who the love interest is going to end up with. And I know there was like team such and such. I don't even remember.
Jacob, team.
Yeah. I don't know the names.
Edward. I think I got that right.
I think you did.
I did, yeah.
But I don't love that, and so I think that was a thing that kind of
pushed you away.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan away from it. Like the push and pull romance.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm kind of like a blunt person, like figure it out. What do you want?
Yeah, and if you really wanted someone, then say you're a notebook person.
No.
What do you want?
Well, and two, oh man, I just lost my thought. Okay, so I just learned recently, forgive me for telling everybody something they've already understood, but 50 Shades was originally fan fiction of Twilight.
Really? I never read or watched those.
Yeah, I definitely read the books
but I've heard
before
about
the movies came out, which I enjoyed. That was probably my introduction to spice. But that was also, I mean, we could go on a historical rant about how that changed the way people wrote a lot of books, but
interesting.
I digress. So those are my arcs. And then I have to say real quick before we kind of wrap up for the day, I just started Wicked from Jennifer Armentrout. I'm not going to lie, this girl, I love her so much. Hooked page 1.
Yeah.
And then I just kept going, like, such a fun book. And honestly, like right now, I'm kind of hoping we get this episode out in time. This is set in New Orleans. And so right now, the end of February is Mardi Gras. Like, I've been to New Orleans twice. The vibes are there.
I've only been once, but it was before Katrina, and it was like a total...
Oh, that's crazy.
It was really cool.
We'll have to talk about that on the side show.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
our side podcast to the podcast.
They're in Katrina, or no, in Katrina. In New Orleans. And she's like a part of an order that kills Fae because the Fae come and they take the life of people. At first I was like, is this a vampire book? I'm not getting vampire
So when
vibes.
you said it's set in New Orleans, no part of my brain thought this is fantasy.
It's totally fantasy.
That's
it's like
wild.
Modern fantasy, but it's fantastic.
Interesting.
And it starts out, it's high action. The thing I love about her is like I know her writing style. I know she writes fast, but I'm always also just like, and she's funny the way she her comments are like, you got to be on the ball. Like when you're reading, you feel like you're listening to, like, you ever go over to a friend's house and they've got like 10 family members and everyone's just like blah blah blah, and you've got to be like paying attention and you're laughing here and so and so's coming up with this and there's no lag. That's the way she writes, and I love that. Like
cool.
I was laughing out loud. I got very far through it. It's a trilogy. It's the beginning of a trilogy. It's also another 200-something page book.
When does this come out?
It already came out. It came out February 3rd.
Oh.
Which I was like, I'm stoked for 200 pagers.
Being added to my DVR.
Yeah, but like even 300 seems hard right now.
No,
but I'm like, you know, because I'm in that gallery reading them. Sometimes I have the paper copy, sometimes I don't. But it's like, oh, you're 50% through, and I'm just like, I feel like the major pat on the back for that. And
you're like,
oh,
I was going so quick through this.
But it's kind of nice because as someone who sells books, it feels like an opportunity for people to get into fantasy without feeling like they're reading. Because people pick up fantasy books and they're like, oh, 600 pages, I can't do that. Yeah. So I'm excited for this one.
Cool.
I'm having a ton of fun.
I want to read it now.
Yeah.
I just picked up, and I think you have it maybe at some point, or you did, Apprentice to the Villain?
Yes.
So I read already Assistant to a Villain, and I just was at Home Goods, and I saw it there, and I was like, oh, this was like $6, and I was like, I just easy pick.
Yeah.
Let me just...
People love that book.
But that's the same kind of one of those books that's just a little bit on the outskirts of fantasy, where it's just kind of like witty and fun and like random, and one of those where I feel like I could do that in between the epics. fantasies.
Yeah. Well, the epic fantasies are fantastic. I honestly love them. But at the same time, there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
And not everyone can do it. And I'm a huge fan of like giving everyone the opportunity to read without making it feel like work or overwhelm or whatnot. Because for us, we can read, but not for everybody.
Yeah. A little bit of the escapism. Cool.
So before we wrap up, you got anything coming up?
Well, I just wanted to mention that your 1-year celebration was coming up soon. I'm really excited about that and celebrating you and celebrating
the bookstore,
the story book and toys. Life.
Location.
And I think that's all other than, oh shoot, we didn't talk about it. Did you finish the first part of Bridgerton?
Yes, I did.
What did you think? Did you read the books? I forget.
I did read. I read all the books, every single one of them. I actually audiobooked them. Loved them.
Interesting.
I was a little bit actually disappointed that they flopped seasons. I was really excited when we finally got here, and then she is not at all how I pictured her, because the way she's described in the book is not obviously whatever. It's fine. But the way that they've made her, I think I was telling you this, like her personality makes her so beautiful, and I love it when they do that. Like, because she's not like the kind of like I think she's gorgeous, but she's also not the kind of person that I would say society is like, oh, here's this gorgeous person, right? She's just beautiful in her own right, which I love, and I love that they've done that.
Yeah.
And also, they, you know, it's kind of made like I feel like they just make the main characters mute or like glimmer when they're the main, and then everyone else is muted, which is funny because as soon as they're like the star of the show, they're glimmering.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest thing.
They get their glow.
Yeah.
It's totally true. I think it's super fun too, because I just love that even though I've read the books, I'm still so excited to see how they're going to change it, which is not a thing I automatically feel most of the time. I'm like, they didn't even do it like the books, and you have so much more in the books. But with Bridgerton, they create this world that is just so colorful, and then they bring in the side stories that are setting up the next seasons that just make me so excited. Yeah. So I'm really stoked. I might watch it again because I like to have stuff on in the background when I'm illustrating. I liked it.
I feel like we're definitely getting set up for Eloise.
Oh, yeah.
And she's probably one of my favorites because
when Hyacinth took her down this season, I was like, Hyacinth! She's coming out of her shell. That's fun.
Also, you can see her aging in the show beautifully, which is, it's super fun because it just brings life to it. Very Harry Potter-esque, where it's the same story but not. Yeah. It has its own weight to it. So I'm excited for the finish. Yeah. We got a little bit of ways though. I think it's like the 26th. Yeah. But I liked it. That's all I got. Here's the train in Oakdale. The train is out. So we will be coming back at you guys again soon. Yes, thanks so much for spending time with us. I don't think I got to anything. Close this out. Thank you. Happy reading. Happy reading.